My name is Chief Mrs. Shimite Love, the Special Advisor to the Delta State Governor on Trade and Export.
So that is Shimite Love, the lady who died in April, precisely April 21st, this year 2025. She was said to have died in a very controversial circumstances. The family of Shimite has been pointing fingers to the husband. Initially, some said it was due to domestic violence. Later, some people said it was she was sick and everything. But later, the family came out and they addressed the issue that it was negligence. They released a press. There was a press release concerning the issue that Shimite was kept in the room, not feeling okay for 3 days, and by the time they were called, they met a dead body in the hospital, and they were told that she was brought in dead. One of the family members said it was Shimite's house help that called them, and that it told them that the husband has not allowed anyone to see her for 3 days until she was rushed to the hospital. And now the husband's family are pointing fingers at her. Now the husband came out, later posted some update that the autopsy said she died of heart issues. The autopsy result that the husband posted said acute left ventricular failure, hypertensive heart disease, and aspiration pneumonitis. That's what the husband posted. That was what the toxicology report says. In a live broadcast that he did yesterday, 26th June, Thursday, 2025, I want you to listen to everything he said. He said a lot in that video, and how they met, how the woman had multiple husbands, and so many other things. But I want to leave you to listen to every details. Please don't forget to click a like on the video, and please kindly turn on your notifications so when I drop a video, you get to see. So much to learn, so much to listen to in this video. Live.
Good afternoon, everybody. I do not know if you can hear me. My name is David Favor Love, the husband of late Chief Shimite Winifred Love. I'll still start before I do anything on this broadcast with a brief prayer. Father in heaven, help us here in the name of Jesus. Let your name be glorified and every evil be terrified, challenges defeated. And Lord, in the name of Jesus, take all the glory to yourself again in Jesus' name. Now, the reason for this live broadcast is basically and only because, I've been silent and quiet. Those of you who know me will see that maybe from my look right now, I am physically maybe stressed and all that, and I lost weight. Well, anyway, I am mourning. At the same time, I am stressed. At the same time, I am having too many kinds of mixed emotions, all because the moment itself, it's saddening, it's depressing, it's something I keep wishing if every day that should be a nightmare that I should wake up from. But it is an ugly reality that I never expected that in my life I'm going to experience. I've never expected that in my life at the age of 50 plus, I will be experiencing that I become a widower. And in all honesty, not moving away from the person in concern, my wife, Shimite Winifred Love, this is somebody that I've known her by and large about 20 years. we met through our late mom in 2005, I believe. I was then preaching for one of the bishops of Living Faith, and the mother attended. And that's how we met. People meet one way or the other. And of course, they become friends. They become either spouses or whatever, people become one way or the other. Now, the basic reason why I am doing this live, I believe in my life, I've never done any Facebook live before. I never. Because it is very important that I do put this out there, that I am not a person who have always wanted clout. No, I'm not about clout. I'm not about notoriety. I'm not about, several things. And the reason why I'm not about several things is all because I believe that I'm chosen, called for something. Now, coming to Shimite, Shimite is more than just a wife to me. And I know some of you will say, is. Yeah, it's still touching for me that I'm just asking God, can I have just one miracle? Can you just bring her back to life for me? It is not what I want. I don't know. I know that God hates murmuring, 1 Corinthians 10:10, and all that. In between, I've murmured. I've asked God why. I don't know. I've met all kinds of people in my life. Shimite is the best I've ever met. Now, I am not intending to stay so long because I don't know how I can handle this. I'm not intending to stay so long. But I want to just face the focus. I know, most especially many people will be saying, as a preacher, you have to look at the topic and just face it. Okay. But you see, Shimite is more than a book. She's the best of the kind I've ever known. And so I'm not going to try to sway from anything, but I'm going to go straight to some certain important things so we can understand the dichotomy and the crazy thing that is going on. Permit me, I have to put on my glasses. Now, my marriage to my wife, Shimite Love, I will be honest, it is a fulfillment for me. You see, sometime this year, me and her, we saw the celebration of Dr. Kenneth Copeland himself and his wife celebrating 65 years of wedding anniversary. And we told ourselves something. And what did we tell ourselves? We said, in reality, Gloria Copeland is the third wife of Dr. Kenneth Copeland. So we told ourselves that in reality, we have a chance. My wife, Shimite, was married once before. She was married twice. And of course, I, myself, had married before. So I say that to clarify one thing. People do get it wrong somehow. It's not everybody who got the topic or the subject of marriage right. It's not everybody. Both of us were not fortunate to be like people who got it right from the beginning. But no matter how, the fact that we didn't get it right, we have people like Kenneth Copeland and some other people who didn't get it right from the beginning, but their life still move on in getting it right. And for Kenneth Copeland is the third marriage. So both of us have always faced that. And I say this to let you know that in the substratum of our relationship, when we lay the foundations out, because both of us have been in the topic or the subject of marriage before, We are not stupid, and we were not stupid to go into it foolishly anymore. We went into it and we planned to ensure that we have the best marriage. We planned to ensure that we have the marriage that will compensate us for the failure we have had in past marriages. I am not perfect. She is not perfect. She wasn't perfect. I am not perfect. The world was is even a problem for me. I can never consider it was. God, more. Just a moment. You can't live by it, Lord. See this now. Now, I decided not to say anything. I decided not to say anything all this while. But it has to come to the point whereby facts has to come out. And it has to be said. Now, I found out, from people, and so many people have been talking to me to say, see, silence can mean consent to anything they accuse you of. But here is the story, and I'm going to try to not to just be to coordinate myself and maybe put myself together. I'm going to try to just do that. Now, yes, they talk about the fact that, okay, she was a special advisor to the governor. So everybody is made to believe she's been in utopia and euphoria. Let me say this and clarify this. And I challenge the government house to it. When I met my wife, Shimite, and we got married, she was not in any utopia of money or cash. Our impress, she didn't start getting her impress until just maybe between the time she was alive and dead, she had not collected her impress maybe more than just 4 months or 5 months. I doubt 6 months. She had not collected her subvention. Each and every one of these things I mentioned, it was a battle for her. We got married, yes, and legalized our marriage with the registry in January. We did that in January. Hold on, please, because I have to bring most of these things and share them. We did that in January 2024. Now, we did not do it in absentia. Both of us are not children. If my wife was alive today, she will be 49 years old. Are you listening to me? By September 21st, my wife should have been 49 years old. We are not children. Both of us, even though I'm older than her, we are not kids. And I'm going to bring some things and share them here. This is our marriage certificate from the registry, the Federal Marriage Registry in Abuja. For those of you that you watched their press conference and they kept lying, this is our marriage certificate. Now, the other lies that they put together was that, hold on, where did I put all these things? They said that we married in abstention. This is the certificate properly. They say we married in abstention. They say we married in abstention. There was no member of the family there. All this. This is the picture of the marriage. This is our immediate younger brother who is between 45, 47 years old, I believe. Tony Nwakalo. He was the one who witnessed. He witnessed and signed for my wife. as a witness to the marriage. So the question is this: if they say that she was hypnotized or charmed, was Tony hypnotized? Was Tony himself hypnotized? You see, these people are perpetrators. They are lawless. They are callous, and they are animals. It's not an insult. It's the way their actions have spoken for themselves. Now, watch this. He did not just, hold on. He did not just, Tony did not just witness at see him here, signing the registry, signing the certificate for us at the registry himself. Now, this is the same Tony Wakano that is saying he was not there. In fact, he is the one that they use to come to the front to bring the petition to the monitoring unit of the Inspector General of Police, claiming he was not a party to the wedding, that he was not there. In fact, they lied that we never even got married. Now, that is not all. I'm coming on. This is Tony with some representatives from their village that organized the traditional rites. So it's not just that we did registry. We did the traditional rites. We did the traditional rites that costed us over $1 million. Maybe about 2 million, even if no more. We did the traditional rites. This thing I'm showing you, even though it's on this paper, I have it on video. If you go to my wall, you will see it on video. You will see these things there. Now, so they can't say it was cloned. There's nothing cloned. Nothing. Practically cloned. Everything real. So, on the facts of establishing that we were married, it is well clear established. We were married as husband and wife. We're not stupid. We're not uneducated. We're educated and we got married. We both did go into the marriage with our full knowledge that we want to build a life and a future. We want to build a life and a future that is wonderful. She had had 2 marriages. I had my own marriage. Now, mine was dissolved and left because of irreconcilable differences. I am not going to judge why our own 2 marriages also ended. But like I said, I have known her plus minus like 20 years. We've been good friends. We've seen ourselves go through ups and downs. So it's not like we were just new to each other. So I'm going to try to see how I can just pull myself together to present things. Now, the question will go again to say that, but they complained that their family were not involved or engaged in. No, here is what happened. Why did my wife later on distance herself from the family? This is very important to be placed out here. She distanced herself from the family because, number one, yes, I will say this, that if anybody is going to say anything bad about my wife, wrong about my wife, it will be that, yes, she had been in all kinds of different relationships in Delta State. Relationship that, yes, possibly she, when we put it on the platform of morality and as a Christian, they were improper one way or the other. Or relationship that, she, or maybe as a woman, you say that they were not, the kind of relationship she should have gotten into. Yes. But however, we make mistakes. She made ours. I am not perfect. She's not perfect. And I'm never in any way never in any way going to look down for any reason because of any past at my wife. I will never look down on her. Everybody make different mistakes in life. Everybody, they make different mistakes in life. Everybody does. Now, this is it. When my wife was dating the person called Darlington Nnamdi Afamije, he is the Commissioner for Culture and Tourism. I don't know if he still is. That is, if the governor has done any cabinet reshuffle last month, if he still is. When she was dating him, and she told me the entire relationship started in 2022, when she was going for running for the primaries for the House of Assembly. And he came in and told her that he wanted to help her. And in coming in to tell her I wanted to help her, she told me, well, one thing led to another. The next thing, he was telling her what water to drink, what food to eat. And what she found herself doing was that the next thing was that she was gravitating towards sleeping with him and sleeping with him. But she couldn't just figure out what it is about him that she wanted in her life. Now, she stopped the relationship because, number one, she realized that Darlington, she could think in her senses, okay, Darlington is always with all manner of cult boys. And he's said to be a leader of the cult. Then the next thing, she was able to get some info from some people, you know, maybe the occult or Boni or whatever and the rest. Now, I'm going somewhere with this because this is important, because I have this proof. Now, this is what happened. Around January 2024, my wife's stepbrother, Thomas Kimashino Wakaloimo, I can't call him a barrister because everything he has done that are lawless does not put him in that place to earn the credibility of being called a barrister or a lawyer. It is something he doesn't deserve. Because if he is a lawyer at all, lawlessness will not be part of the day of what he's done. And he's been in the forefront of illegality, lawlessness, and all manner of wrong behaviors. So let's go. Now, here is the first thing. In January, he came to the house as we were preparing to go to Abuja, maybe a week before we left or thereabout. And when he came to the house, I was seated. That is in Asaba, where we stay at Fine Homes. I was seated and I just had a nudge. Not to even say hi to him or anything. I stood up to go into the bedroom. Now, he wanted to assault me. My wife came in between and said, why do you want to touch my guest? What is it? He was already shouting on his voice. Only to now see that later on, 5 cult men that work with Darlington came out to come into the house to try to attack me. So my wife shouted, security, security. The security at Fine Homes, they are still there. They are still there. At least the CSO is still there. So what happened? They were stopped that day because it's a government estate. I'm told never to try anything. I was in the house. I'm going somewhere with this, and it won't be too long. The next thing was, after we got married, my wife always kept telling me one thing. She's afraid of propaganda. And I'll be telling her, why are you afraid of propaganda? She said it is one of the major tools politicians use. And even her stepbrother has mastered propaganda because he can cook up all kinds of stories. And she knows that because she's not on good terms with him and all that, and with the ex, the Commissioner Darlington Nnamdi Afamije, who she said is an expert at propaganda and all that she knows that anything can come up not too long to bring about propaganda because these people are uncouth and uncivilized and all that. And I'm like, okay, well, the Bible says the truth shall set you free. Well, you know, I'm coming from a different world. I'm not a politician, and I'm still not a politician, and I won't be a politician. Now, somewhere along the line, we got a call. Two of us were in the living room, and the call came from someone who now said, excuse me, who are you with? She said, okay, I'm with my husband. And the person said, well, a propaganda is already out against you from Dalit in Nambia family. She was pregnant. She lost that pregnancy immediately. That day she started bleeding. That day she started bleeding because she heard that the propaganda was already out against her. Now, this is a woman that in her first marriage, she could not deliver a child. In her second marriage, she could not deliver a child. Each time she would get pregnant, she never got the chance to deliver and have a child delivered from her body. She now got pregnant again. And she lost that pregnancy. Now, watch this. Immediately that happened, I told her, I said, this is not something we keep anymore. We are going to report to the authorities. This is from the senior advocate, a senior advocate that people know in Delta, San Peter Mirapo. This is from his chambers, and it's not one case from his chambers, as you can see. Not one case from his chambers. So what did we do? We got to meet with Peter Mirapo. And when we met Peter Mirapo, very honorable man, very, very honorable man. I don't know what anybody will say, but that's a honorable man. He took the case. I know one thing I will never forget that day. He asked my wife, he said, what in the world brought you to have anything to do with Darlington and their family? What in the world? You are from two different opposite worlds. And my wife said she didn't know. She was just eating and drinking. The next thing, orgies and the rest began to come. And she notices that when she's under the euphoria of real prayer or playing anything, or there's a real something hot of the spirit going on, it disappears and all that. So we leave that aside. Now, the case, we reported it through the chambers of Peter Mirapo. We reported it to the DSS and the Commissioner of Police. We reported it. These are the evidences. This is the letter to the Commissioner of Police. You can see the date here. 15th of April 2024. We reported it. And you can see this is petition against Honorable Darlington EJ on case of threat to life, of public place and criminal defamation of character, a call for timely intervention. On page 3, we stated it there clearly that Thomas Kimashino, because the court men that came that day were the court boys and men that work and are always with Darlington Nambia family. So that perpetuous, scripted, planned, organized press conferences they've been holding to pretend like their family was one is a pure lie. In fact, to add to this, from the chambers of Peter Mirapo, my wife took Thomas Kimashino to court over their father's property that he has kept to himself for over 20 years. My wife said her father was her father died while she was 5 years old. Remember, this year she should have been 49. And Thomas Kimashino kept somebody in the house of their father. And behind the house is about, maybe, I think from what she told me, maybe about 20 plus of land that he refused to share to the family. Our elder brother, Raymond, that went to ask him for that property, It was said that he was beaten. Later, he became sick, and after a year plus that he became sick, he died. Now, my wife has taken him off. She took him to court last year. Let him come and defend and say that these things are not real. They never ever stated the disunity in the family that my wife was fighting for. She wanted not a fake unity in their family, but a real unity in their family. She was completely different from all of them. All of them. I'm sorry, I've never done live before. I don't know if you are hearing me right now. If there's anybody, maybe you are hearing me. Maybe if you type that we are hearing you very loud and clear, it might help. But if not, well, I don't know. If I have to do it again, I'll do it again today. You understand? So the truth is, you see, they didn't have a unified family. On that case of their father's property, several of them take to the side of Thomas Kimashino because they are afraid of him. Whether diabolism and the rest, and of course, me, diabolism can't do me anything. I said it to them. I've said it even before their leaders. There is no deity. That deity does not exist that can do me anything. That deity does not exist. The worst you can do is these preposterous things you are doing left, right, and center. That deity does not exist that can do me anything. That deity does not exist. I repeat, that deity does not exist. Because they love themselves, they call themselves a boo wonder and the rest. You are not a wonder. Signs and wonder, unction, unless there is no oil that has ever been on my head. The hand of God is on my life. There is no, that deity does not exist. Now I go to it. So these are cases we reported. We reported these cases. I know some of you will say that, but why am I talking now? Since my wife died, all I have been told is to keep quiet. Keep quiet. Then to make matters worse, when they went to report, you understand, when they went to report at the, what do you call it, monitoring unit of the Inspector General of Police, they told them, because the monitoring unit threatened me not to say anything. I should not talk. I shouldn't say anything. I should not reply. I should not even challenge anything they put out against me, which is against human rights. Why am I talking? I'll tell you. Because I'm saying this and put this on for posterity's sake. And I want to thank everybody who's shared one advice or the others with me. I won't mention names now. Now, so the case was taken there. So this is, now, let me ask a question. If your own elder brother, stepbrother, brought court men to your house to arouse you, if your stepbrother has been making life difficult for your family by the fact that he wants to control everybody, make everybody, I don't know, what will I call it? Is a zombie for himself?